Hello, Ciderville. We are live streaming from Cider Chat Central right now. I have some cider in front of me, little Spacetime Mead and Cider Works. Have a little bit of cheese. I want to welcome all the folks who are going to kind of maybe pop in and out. This was a very spontaneous live stream because I'm practicing right now some of the skills and thought it's a good opportunity to share with you some of the bottles on my desk because I have a lot of bottles on my desk. It goes with the territory, when you're a podcaster. So I have this bottle here. I might try a little bit of this. There's a little bit there. I like to see how something ages. And then I have another little bottle here of something interesting. I do not know how it will be, but I have a feeling if I kept it that long, it's going to be good. We'll figure that out as we go along. I want to say hi to anybody who kind of checks out this live stream afterwards. I am going to be leaving it up at the Cider Chat YouTube channel. And this is really kind of an opportunity, like I said, it's something I always wanted to do before I even considered doing the live stream, but to talk about these pieces around what do you have on your desk when you're a podcaster like myself. I'm also a craft beer writer. I get a lot of stuff that happens in this little space that I'm in right now. And so I thought this was a good opportunity to share with you a little bit of that experience. It might get myself in trouble, but that's part of the fun anyways. Before we go there, I want to just talk a little bit about glasses. So I have this glass here right now. This is like a little tiny stemware glass. Folks who attended Cider Days 2.0 will recognize that right there. So I like this little size glass. It's great for tastings and, trying, something in my mouth. Look. Trying different little ciders at a tasting. It's even nice for like picnicking. I like that size. But when I'm really, kind of like have the space, I like this large format. Let me get that up there really close. And you'll see it says, maybe you can't, it says SoCal Cider. So to all the folks out there in Santa Cruz County right now, they are really dealing with the flooding that's been happening, the bomb cyclone. My goodness, who would want to have one of those? We've had them here in the Northeast. They are not fun. So SoCal Cider, that town of SoCal, was definitely just recently having some trouble with flooding. It was just coming right up. It's right next to the ocean. That's a big problem. So we have SoCal Cider, Santa Cruz Cider Company. They're a little bit further inland, but all those places are getting swamped. And my family lives there, and thankfully they're all safe. I have another little glass here. This is like a tulip-sized glass. I love this kind of glass. You'll notice a little insignia there. Let's bring that forward a little bit more. That says CCP on it. And this is from actually 2016 when I was in Portland, Oregon at CiderCon, which is an absolute trip that was happening. And I took the first ever class that they had for the certification for Palmolier. I don't even know if that's what it was called at that point. They're trying to figure it out. And of course, I brought the glass home. So tonight I wanted to try this little bottle here, which is from Spacetime Mead and Cider Company. So I love that. If you notice, that's actually a helmet of an astronaut, and it's called Earthbound Pear, as you could probably read. I think it says 5.something% alcohol, 5.9. Let's see it right there. God, it's like such a light writing. Dan, if you watch this at some point, you should check it out. It's a little light writing. This particular cider is called a pear cider because it's a blend of both pear and cider. And I had Dan Scheffler on the podcast on episode 288, and he's based in Dunmore, Pennsylvania, which is right next to Scranton, Pennsylvania. And that was the summer of 2020. And I was camping in my little cider bus, heading down to visit different cideries along the way, and he's one of the stops I wanted to make. It's a cool location. There's a lot of different ciders that are available in-house. He sent me a whole box recently of amazing. He makes wine, meads, and ciders, and I really like this particular pear cider when I had it. At that time, he had it in aluminum can, and now check out this little. I love this here too. Let's see if I see that. It works. Turn it upside down. There we go. Spacetime Mead. I feel so cautious holding the stuff over my computer. But let's get drinking because no like little fizz. And I'm going to pour this in the big goblet glass from SoCal Cider. I actually I was doing a tour at the Monterey Bay cider tour that I led. I don't know when I led it now, 2018 or something. And we did a dinner at SoCal Cider at the beautiful site where Laura and her husband Rich have, and they set up shop for us, and we had all these beautiful glasses here, and I took it home with me. I wasn't supposed to, but she was okay with it because she figured, Rhea, you'll keep on drinking it on the show, and I am. All right, let's check out this little Earthbound, and I want to say cheers to all of you out there in Ciderville. I could see you. There we go. Cheers and good health and safe passage. May the wind be on your back, especially with the big storms out all around the country right now. Okay. I like the immediate hit. It was like a dry overtures immediately coming through. Impressive. Really impressive. Once again, different from the pear cider, the Earthbound that I had back in 2020 at Spacetime Mead. That was a higher ABV. That was a 6.9. And at 6.9, you know that you're still kind of up at a level where it changes it from, that 1% can really change it in a cider. But I like this. It's more diminished. It's drier. Yeah. Little, it didn't pop when I opened it, which is fine, but there is definitely some bubbles. Tonight I have this little, you can see some bubbles there on the screen. Tonight while I'm doing this broadcast, I have this virtual screen behind me. I'm going to be doing some more bottles on my desk, live streams, but when I do, I probably won't have the virtual screen behind me. I'll kind of change it up a little bit. And let me see if I can. Oh, I see a little comment up there. Hey, David, how you doing? Good to see you. Cheers. Cheers, cheers. I wonder what you're drinking tonight. Is it Albemarle Cider Works by any chance, or some of your own fine Virginia cider? I suspect, given the choice, you have many. And I'm talking to my buddy who's down in Virginia, works at Albemarle Cider Works, and that would be with Chuck Shelton. Just an amazing site. But these are Pennsylvania pears. I know that Dan brings these in from a local friend. It's just all culinary. And I'm really enjoying Spacetime Mead because he really transcends a lot of different styles. Like he's working with the wine, and he makes cider like wine. He does with the mead. And he's not afraid to use culinary apples or pears. And because he uses culinary apples and pears, he's able to really develop that, how would you say it, that appreciation for these fruits that often get overlooked by makers because we really want the bitter sweets and the bitter sharps that are so quintessential cider apples and whatnot. Oh, I see David just wrote he's drinking a Nelson County Crab single varietal that he made from apples that Chuck Shelton grew in 2021. A Nelson County Crab single varietal. That sounds really nice. I wonder, how heavy on the tannin is that? A single varietal crab. I can't even imagine that. Bring a bottle to CiderCon. I hope I'm going to see you. I'm counting on that. That would be really cool. This is what it's like in Ciderville. Just so many awesome people doing amazing things. I also have a little plate of some cheddar cheese, little pieces of cheddar. I got from like Trader Joe's. I like it because it has a little bit of salt in there, and it's perfect for this type of like drink, a pear cider that is not really pronounced. It has no tannins. It's just smooths it right out. So that's a good job, Dan. Well done. Look at the clarity too. Let me see if I can show you that. Nice clarity. Pears are really well known to have a lot of difficulty with clearing. You can have a really cloudy glass. This is really clear. He's doing a fine job. If you got to check it out, it's right off the highway in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Right next door to the shop is a homebrew place, which is fantastic. So if you're into making cider and you want to try something, you could go right into the homebrew shop there and pick up some supplies. Dan himself also has in-house, he has cheeses and different options are all prepackaged that you could take and go. So it's a cool thing, right? All these little sites happening all over the place, all over the map. And that leads me to, well, I want to go to another bottle on my desk. So let's go to this bottle here. I have so many bottles. It's kind of one of those things. So this here, I know what this is. This is some ice cider. And if you're not familiar with ice cider is where you would take a cider. No, sorry. Let me reverse that. Ice cider is where you take fresh pressed apple juice, and before you ferment it, you freeze the juice to pull out the water. And that's called freeze distillation. So you freeze it, and back when we used to actually have cold weather, I'm based up in New England, and it was snowing this morning. Now it's raining, and there's hardly any snow on the ground, and it's just kind of weird weather. It's not as cold as it used to be. But back in the day, they would put it outside and it could be kind of guaranteed. Maybe we'll get a -19. I haven't seen it yet this winter yet. So what will happen, the juice will freeze. You'll just have water. And with that water, you take it out. It's just an ice cube and you like drain out the juice. And then you ferment that juice and you make what is called ice cider. This ice cider is from 2019. And this is from a new cidery. Let's open that up. Okay. Oh, the apple just pops out of that bottle. I like that. The smell is really good. I mean, you want that. If you're going to have a nice cider, you're looking at heavy duty concentration. You could tell I'm kind of drinking right now. Heavy duty concentration, and I'm doing it again. Heavy duty concentration, and it should be that aromatics should pop out of the bottle. And look at the color, right? So it's really dark. So let's pour a little bit in this Cider Days 2.0 glass. A little cloudy here. Now, I want to be truthful. When I got this ice cider originally, I had to put it in the refrigerator right away. And this is a problem for a lot of makers who work with ice cider, is that they don't know how to stop fermentation. And so it was continuing to ferment. And this little cork that I just pulled out here, right? This little, classic cork, it was popping off the bottle the whole time. So I definitely threw it into my refrigerator, and that would slow down the fermentation and allow the cider, or the ice cider in this case, to not get explosive, which could be dangerous. So that was a problem. I told the maker, and I was a little worried about it because I knew that they were selling it in their shop, and that if it went home with folks, that could be a really big problem. They were selling it in November. Maybe they're going to be giving it to somebody for the holidays. And, you get this like really beautiful bottle. You put it on your shelf. You forget about it. And then what will happen? Shoot, you could lose that bottle. So it's now a couple of years later, it's calmed down quite a bit. Really kind of almost peachy coming out of there. It's totally cool to like swirl your cider when you're drinking. Plus, it's fun to do. You could hold it like the stem. You could hold it like that. It's all good. I like to hold it like this sometimes. So you're always going to get sweet with a nice cider because it's super concentrated. This, I think, was a 15% alcohol by volume. I'm not going to name the cidery. I love this cidery. I love all cideries, of course. I'm not going to name the cidery. I'm kind of getting a little bit of twigginess on it. It's like kind of like stemminess that's happening. This was a first run at ice cider for this maker, and I just want to say commendable. But the cloudiness, the continued fermentation, that's a problem, right? And it has, it's like it's oxidized. And you could tell oxidation when you drink something and it tastes a little bit like cardboard. Like there's like, where is that cider? You're reaching for it in your mouth. And so that's what I'm experiencing here a little bit is that sense of oxidation. And it kind of collapses in your mouth. So what I'm looking for in a drink as a professional drinker, I imagine you are too, right? What I'm looking for is something like a full mouth flavor, something that's just going to carry me all the way through. And that one is kind of falling a little bit short. But there's the first try. I know they have another batch happening. It will only get better. So this is only 20 minutes for bottles on my desk. So I just want to try this last one here before we kind of go a little bit over time. This here is pear, eau de vie. And look at that. It's like the mother from a vinegar in it. See that there? I did not get rid of it because you know what? I am not going to throw anything out. I am not. But I want to try this. I've been sipping away on it. This was, I'm not going to tell who the maker is. I'm just going to pour a little bit of a sip here in this nice big, the tulip glass again is like a brandy sniffer. Oh, again, just absolutely pops out of the glass. A little alcoholic, a little, flary in your nose. Your nostrils get a little hot there. Oh, but you know what? I'll tell you, damn, that is really good. This is made by an amateur, and there's a reason why I've kept this bottle now. It's just reminding me because that is so damn good. It's almost like buttery. This was made with culinary pears that were distilled. A first try ever at distillation, and holy Cazoli knocked it out of the ballpark on that. It has like a nice little heaviness to it. That's a perfect way to end this version, the first version ever of bottles on my desk. I'll probably be doing this again. I am practicing this for a live stream that I'll be doing at the Chicago Cider Summit coming up on February 4th. We're going to have 2 sessions. 1 o'clock, we'll be bringing some folks in and some, big wigs in cider. And then again at the second session, I think that starts at 5:30. We'll be having some more talks. So thanks for hanging out with me today. Cheers to David, who maybe was hanging the whole time. Good to see you. Say hi to everybody. And this is all from Ciderville. Be well, take care, and keep on helping to keep cider going up. Ciao for now.